I just got done with a dump run. Now I'm gonna go into town, run to the store real quick. Um, Use the last little bit of my money to get something to eat. Maybe a soda. Dude, this road's so bad. Here, I'll show you where I'm at, guys. And if you hear that squeaking, yes, that's my brakes. My brakes squeak. Squeak. I'm gonna drive through this campground real quick so you guys can see where I'm at. There's a mountain right there. See that? There's a mountain. I am up in the woods, in the forest, in the woods. I'm gonna drive through this campground real quick. I actually really like this lake and this campground. It's fly fishing only, unfortunately. So, I mean, I guess I could fly fish. I don't have a fly pole. I don't have any flies. I don't have any tackle. But this would be a great spot to fish. It's certainly a good spot to camp. I actually really love it here. I'm not camping here right now because I'm saving my money. Camping at a free spot that isn't this pretty, isn't this good, but the spot I'm at still works. But yeah, check this out. Another mountain right there. Through the trees. And there's this egg girl. What's up, Joe Mackey? We just out here in the forest. I'm gonna drive into town and run to the store real quick. And I wanted to take y'all with me and show you how pretty here. I actually just ran to this campground out here in the woods to dump my garbage. I had quite a bit of garbage I had to dump. It's been a couple weeks since I did a dump run, and yeah, it was time. Unfortunately, this campground is, I think, even too small for my RV. I don't think it would fit in most of these spots. And that's okay. There's not even water here. There's no dump station here. So it's not ideal for RVing, but if you're in a tent or a van, this is a great campground. I'll tell you which one it is as I leave. I'm right on Sparks Lake. This is actually the same, I camped right next to Sparks Lake last year. If you followed me last year, I was posted up next to a lake for a little bit. This is it. This is the spot. I mean, not this campground, but on the other side of the lake is where I was at. But yeah, it's so pretty up here, dude. I know the camera doesn't do it justice. I know it doesn't. But there's 3 mountains right around me right now. There's this one here. There's another one through the trees right over there. You can't really see it, but it's there. You can see the snow through the peaks. Then there's one on the other side through these trees here, which I will drive up to here in just a second. But anyways, how's everyone doing today out there in YouTube land? How y'all doing, road dogs? It's me, Nomadic Zig, and Zag is here with me in the van. I might lose signal on the way in, but if I do, it'll be so brief. It'll be like 2 minutes at the most that I lose signal if I do, which I suspect I will. Don't hit the bicyclists. They deserve to be on the road too. And that mountain in front of us is Mount Bachelor. That mountain, actually, that was one of my first jobs in the whole world. My first job in the whole world was working for the Forest Service out here, marking off logging trails. You know, putting the logging boundary up for the people to come in later and cut the trees down. That was my first job. My second job in the whole wide world was working at that mountain, because it's also a ski resort. And I worked in the rentals department. Mount Bachelor is like 5 minutes or so from where I'm camped, which I'm not at my camp spot right now. I ran into the woods to take my garbage out, but it's about 5 minutes from my camp spot, which is good because there's showers there at Mount Bachelor. Although it does cost a little bit of money. You have to buy tokens, and you use the tokens to get, pay for the shower, but but hey, it works. It'd be nice to go stay at like a state park or something, but the state park is like $40 a night. $45 a night, I think. But the state parks also have full hookups. They got water, they got dump, and they even got electricity. But these are the woods that I grew up in. These are the woods that I, went camping in the summer and snow camping in the winter. I went bow hunting out here. I fished most of these lakes. This is, and back then there were a lot less people out here. It was much easier to go out in the woods and not see anybody. But nowadays you can't. Nowadays, everywhere you go, there's people. Harder to hide out in the woods somewhere, you know what I mean? Joe Maggie says, getting ready to go to work. Boo, I wish I was in the mountains. I wish you were in the mountains too. But that's just what we need. One more person out here in the mountains. But I wish you were in the mountains too. But hey, work is important. It keeps the lights on. Makes you more comfortable. I actually last week I worked. I did a work. I dealt cards at a poker tournament. Got all dolled up. And I'm doing it again on Thursday. I'll be dealing another poker tournament. So I know you can't see it, but right to the right of me, here, is the mountain. And I'll pull through there real quick and show you all. Oh, let me fix my magnet real quick. There we go. Okay, so I'm pulling into the main lodge up here at the mountain. What's up, Dave Lowe? How you doing, man? How's Washington? I heard you had to get to higher elevation because it was going to be so damn hot where you are. But yeah, like I was saying, Mount Bachelor is right next to, not right next to my camp spot, but pretty close to it. And like I said, it's pretty cool because they got showers here. They're not free, but they're not, truck stops are more expensive. truck stops are like 16 to 18 to 20 bucks. Whereas this shower, I think it's more like 10 if you want a decently length shower. You can also spend a retarded amount of money to park your RV out here in the parking lot. I think Dave and I looked it up once. It was like 50 bucks a night. Just a boondock. That was like with no hookups. But this is the main lodge. This is where you would go to. This is where I worked when I was a kid. I worked in the rental department. And yeah, it's still pretty busy in the summer, believe it or not, because people be mountain biking out here. And it's a giant parking lot. You can see over here, I'm going to turn, where all the RVs are. And they do have power hookups, which cost even more. It's expensive to stay in this parking lot if you wanted to. Like, I guess you got to come here to like go mountain biking and actually want to spend the money to go hike the mountain or something. But this is the Pine Martin lift and the West Village Lodge. Oh, they got a new lift here since I was last here. Yeah, it's an alright spot. If you got the money, you know, if you can afford to stay here at the West Village Lodge. And I've been doing good. I've still got some weed left, Dave. Believe it or not. I only smoked like basically a roach yesterday. I rolled like the smallest joint to save myself some weed for today and tomorrow because I get paid the day after tomorrow. Alright. There's another lodge on the way into town called the Blue Lodge. But when I worked here, we just called it the Yellow Lodge. And we called it the Yellow Lodge because this is where the Blue Lodge is where they would send you to go take your drug test and go pee in a cup. So we all called it Yellow Lodge, but it was really the Blue Lodge. Dave says, I still got weed too. Had to get a new cart. Should have stocked up in weed in Oregon. Yeah, it's probably expensive up there. I need a new... Dude, I don't think it's my cart or the battery that's the problem. I think it's the cart that's the problem that I got. I think the threads on that cart are messed up. But I still have my cart too. It's just, you know, you saw it. My cart doesn't fit into the battery very well, so it's loose. It still works, but it's loose. It's like smoking a joint with a hole in it. You finished that card already, dude? That's impressive. Dave and I got 1 gram carts at the same time. I think I've still got half a gram left in mine. But you hit your cart a lot more than I do. If my battery, if the cart was better, if it fit into the battery, wasn't fucked up, I'd probably be smoking it more. I'm gonna show you all this drive into town, man. I know Dave has seen this drive before because we've done it together a few times. And you can ask Dave. I've done this drive hundreds and hundreds of times. But every time I do this drive, I'm like, wow, it's so pretty. Like, I'm still so stunned, and I still get to appreciate, you know, how pretty it is out here. Even though I grew up here, I'm still like, wow, what a phenomenal spot, dude. I really like it up here in these mountains. I feel very lucky to have grown up here. Because, like, look at it. There's cat butte right there. That little mound. It's technically a volcano. Don't forget to smash that like button, y'all. I'll try to stay up on comments the best I can. Your new speaker is awesome. That's good. I saw that you got a speaker. I hope you got some donations for it. So you definitely deserve it, dude. You deserve to have nice things. No donos. How much was your speaker? How much did you pay for it? You went to Costco? If anyone wants to chip in on Dave's new Bluetooth speaker, his link is Desert Rat 96 on Cashapp and Venmo. Desert Rat 96. I know he would be grateful. You paid $108 for that speaker. That's, I mean, hopefully it sounds really good for $100. You know what I mean? Mischief says, the broke-ass nomads. I mean, I'm right here, bro. I don't know where y'all are at, but I'm right here. I'm actually... those donations I got from my last live stream, most of that went right into my gas tank. I thought it would be enough to last till Friday, but I forgot how low I was on gas. So I ended up putting a bunch of it in my fuel tank, my gas tank. And then I get paid Friday, not only from being a disabled veteran, the VA is going to pay me on the 1st, but I worked last week. I dealt a poker tournament last week, and I should be also getting paid for that on the 1st. I worked that poker tournament, and I was really hoping they would pay me before payday, before the 1st, but turns out they pay on the 1st also, so I was like, hoping that I would get that before the 1st so it would get me through to the 1st, but that's okay. I think I'll make it to the 1st. Going into town now to spend my last, 20, 25 bucks, something like that. It was, my goodness. There we go. I should have signal most of this drive. Sometimes it'd be like that. Lost most of you, that's okay. How you doing, Mischief? I can't really see the chat. So, I'll do my best reading the chat. I usually do a really good job doing that, keeping up with you guys. But when I'm driving, it makes it more difficult. I gotta try not to die at the same time as I drive. But this is just a woodsy part, not especially pretty. But I'll flip the camera around when we get to some good views. Dropping in elevation, so my ears are popping. I got Zach chilling next to me in the fucking passenger seat. Hey, look, you can see the mountain. That's cool. Oh, that's a view. Oh. I don't know how well you can see it off in the distance. But you can see hours. You can see a couple of hours down the road. A lot of thunderstorms that have been rolling through, which means the possibility of some fires. We've had Like, all around me, there's 3 fires that popped up the other day. And thankfully they contained them really fast. But I suspect there will be more fires before I leave here. But so far so good for fire season, and it's not so bad yet. Usually, I see a fire off I just saw one off in the distance. The trees are gonna block the smoke now, but there's definitely a fire out there. Yeah, dude, like, every time lightning comes through, we got new little spot fires that pop up. Honest with you. But as long as they tackle them fast, it doesn't get smoky. It was this guy from nearby fire. We got evacuated twice from 2 different fires in 3 days. Oh, my ears are so stuffed up now. It's usually not this bad. Dude, my ears are slightly so bad. But it's just so pretty. Such a pretty drive coming through here. I lose signal in Bend. Cybertruck. I don't know how my signal's getting weaker as I get into town. That's kind of blowing my mind a little bit. Let's see here. There we go. Oh, good. Traffic. I love this for me. Mischief says he paid $24.99 for his Bluetooth voice wannabe brand Zeo Tree. Been rocking great. Lasts almost a full day on a single charge. That's cool, man. I think that, I mean, the speaker I have, I paid like $150 for, $200. It's a JBL with a couple of subwoofers on it. And even that one isn't loud enough. Like, I would like to have a bigger one. I did have a speaker on my wish list for a hot minute. Here, I'm gonna flip this around so you can see me. I did have a bigger speaker on my wish list for a hot minute, but you know, it's expensive, man. Good speakers are pretty pricey. Especially the brand I like. I like JBLs quite a bit. And a good JBL speaker is gonna be like $200. Which, if I had $200, I would rather spend it on like LifePo batteries for the RV. But when I get back and I finish the live stream, that's what I'm gonna do with the rest of my day. Is take these batteries out of this van and put them in the RV. That'll be my plan. And then the charge controller, I'll pull that out of the van and put it in the RV. was supposed to do that yesterday, but it ended up getting caught up tinkering with electronics instead. And I built myself a new program for my Raspberry Pi that'll give me like a display on it because I have a little tiny screen for the Raspberry Pi. So I built an app that shows me some like the weather. It shows me how my downloads are doing. It shows me let's see, I'm gonna end up putting a couple other things, but it monitors my network to see how my network traffic is. You know, a bunch of nerd stuff, a bunch of nerd shit that wasn't really all that necessary, but it was fun. And so I should have been doing the batteries yesterday, but I did them. I'm gonna do them today instead, because yesterday I just nerded out all day instead. So I'm gonna go up here to this little market and grab a little bit of food. I'd actually, you know what? Maybe I won't grab it. I got spaghetti sauce. I got spaghetti. I don't have any meat for the spaghetti, which is really like what brings it all together. But you know, it's worse things have happened to better people. I'll have bland ass American spaghetti. There's a dispensary. Hi, dispensary. I'll see you Friday, buddy. I'll see you Friday. By the way, I think that Bend, Oregon has the nicest drivers I've ever encountered. It's where I learned how to drive too, and I'm always like blown away by how mean other drivers are in other places. I had to get used to that after leaving here, but yeah, they don't give a shit. They'll let you in. Like if there's a long line of traffic, they don't mind waiting to let you in front of them. Happens all the time. Even when Dave was here, he was like, damn, he let you in. Oh wow, he let you in too. Wow, they're nice drivers around here. And I'm like, they really are, dude. I don't know if you guys can hear that squeaking. That's my brakes. My brakes are squeaking. That's what that is. I'll be passing right by a Dutch Bros if anyone wants to kick down, $10 for a coffee. And it's not $10. It's a little bit less than that, but it's like $8. I would love that. If anybody wanted to kick down for a coffee fee. Because when life is tough, don't worry. There's coffee fee. Stay calm. Drink coffee fee. See, I'll show you. Here's coming up on Dutch Bros in a second. Best coffee in the planet, I think. My personal opinion right there. You see it? It's right there to the right. Yeah. Coffee fee. Run to this little market real quick. Also, you know what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get myself a soda. That's what I'm gonna do. I need some dopamine. BRB. Why? Was Zach whining? Did Zach whine? Do you guys enjoy it? I got more people now that I wasn't here. There's more people in the live stream than when I was. That's so funny. You're like, thank God he's gone. Now I can watch his live stream. That's so funny. Oh yeah, I got me some dopamine here. It's so hot down here compared to where I'm camped. Dude, it's like 25 degrees warmer down here. The other spot that I usually stay at is probably even warmer than this. I'm glad I'm posted up where I'm at because it would just be kind of unbearable. Kind of unbearable to stay down here. Of course, I got Classic Coke, but it's only got, you know, Classic Coke if you spelled it wrong. Oops, sorry, guy. Thought you were turning. Oh, did I get a dono? Oh no, I just spent money. I got a Cashapp alert. Sometimes that happens when I get a dono. Sometimes it happens when I spend money. And I saw the Cashapp alert and I was like, oh, did I get a donation? No, I just bought a Pepsi. Oh, dopamine. Dopamine. I love the dopamine. I would show you guys in front of me, but you would just see the back of a box truck. You would see the back of a box truck in a liquor store, in a McDonald's. Nothing fancy here. What are you guys up to? No one's even talking. 7 people, 10 likes. That's cool. I don't even have to tell you guys to like me. You guys are on it. You guys are fucking on it. That's the road dogs I'm talking about. You just be smashing that like button without me reminding you. That's what's up. I appreciate that. That is such a great way to support your favorite YouTubers also. Is just to hit the like button. It's free. It costs you nothing. You know, leave a comment. It costs you nothing. Don't skip the ads. I'll get another half a penny if you don't skip the ads. Half a penny, half pennies, they add up. Half pennies add up. You know what? I think I might actually have some mail also. I think I'm gonna drive into town maybe tomorrow and grab it. Today I got other chores to do, so B and K, if you're watching, I'll swing by tomorrow and grab my mail. I think it's there. I haven't looked at my thing yet, but currently, I'm just vibing with this bottle of dopamine that I bought right here. I mean, we're just being homies. Zag's riding with me. It's been a minute since she's gone to town with me. I usually leave her in the RV with Buddy, so Buddy's not like hanging out alone. But Buddy's hanging out alone today. But we've only been gone like, you know, half an hour or so. So I'll be getting back here in a second. It's not so hot up there. It's hot down here. I wouldn't leave Buddy alone in heat like this. But thankfully, we're about to climb the hill. And it's much, much cooler up there. It's like 75 degrees up there. We're down here, it's like 95, maybe pushing 100. And I don't have air conditioning in the van. It's just roll the windows down and drive. That's my AC. Like my dad used to say, or AC, roll the windows down, that's your air conditioner. Although, to be fair, if I had a air conditioner, I would most likely just run it with the windows up or windows down anyways, because that's just how I do. I gotta reset my odometer, my trip meter, because my gas tank only shows, it stops working at half a tank. Like anything below half a tank, it won't show. Above half a tank, it'll move, but below half a tank, it stops. When I get to half a tank, I hit the trip meter, and I figure I got like 150, 200 miles before I really got to fill up. I probably have more than that. I'm sure that would be annoying. I did it to Dave. I'm sure it became annoying after a minute. But we're leaving town now, going back up to our camp spot. Show y'all where I'm headed. Like I was saying earlier, I'm pretty sure, personally, I think that the drive back is prettier than the drive down. I don't know if I lost my chat or not, but I haven't gotten a message in a minute. So I'm just gonna keep talking like I didn't lose my chat. But sometimes that does happen, man. My chat just vanishes. I don't get any more on my phone. I gotta log in a different way to see my chat. Right here on the edge of town. All of these turns going to the left are for resorts. There's a golf course right next to me. This turn right here is Widgie Creek. I didn't name it. Don't ask me. Widgie Creek Golf Club. Next will be the inn of the 7th Mountain. And then we're out of town. That's it. It's the last little built-up area as you leave town, heading up into the forest. But it really is pretty out here, man. If you guys ever get a chance to come to Oregon, cheapest weed in the country. Michigan might compete a little bit, maybe. They're also really cheap, but Oregon's got really good weed, really cheap weed, beautiful scenes, tons of free camping, tons of great paid camping too. You know, great fishing, great hiking, good people. Little slice of heaven. And it seems like too many people are getting into heaven because there's a lot of people here. Nice van, dude. Nice van. I like it. I miss my van. Oh, my phone's overheating. What? Maybe if I hold it away from the window, the sun's coming right through the window. My phone's overheating, so if I lose you guys, that's why my phone overheated. And when I get back to my camp spot, I'll pop back on and we can burn one down and have a convo. I'd like to chill with y'all and smoke one. Yesterday, I did was smoke like the smallest joint ever because I wanted my weed to last. But I think today I'm just gonna smoke through it all, and tomorrow I'll use my vape pen. I prefer flower. I do have some like trim I could smoke, which I don't really want to. It'll probably just give me a headache, but I could.